I was muted. Sorry. I was saying that this hat's too tall for the camera. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chud Watch. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, my hair's wet. I just took a shower. But check out this cool hat. It's got like a galaxy design. That's pretty sweet. That's for D&D, but don't worry about that. Ugh. These are for D&D too. Let me see. I actually love these. I love these a lot. I've been waiting for these for like 4 months because I ordered them like 4 months ago from Russia and they got caught up in customs, but these are for D&D too. They're like steampunk glasses for one of my characters. Cool shit. You can wear the hat, Baja, but it is my hat. Let me see. Where'd I get the hat from? Etsy. If you search witch hat on Etsy, it's one of the first ones that comes up. They're out pretty often. It has like a, I actually really like this for a little bit extra. It has a wire brim in it, so you can kind of like mold the brim of the hat however you want, so you can have the side kind of up or whatever. It's cool. I don't know when I'm going to use this in D&D, but I liked it a lot and I wanted to get it. Because you know how things on Etsy are. You never know how long they're going to be out, so. Ooh, we're close to a hype train. RTK142, thanks for subscribing for 3 months, says first trimester down. Also, microchip implant scheduled for Saturday. Good job. Thank you for getting that. I appreciate it, as does the rest of Rational Society. Cherry Tree Boy, thank you for subscribing for 8 months. Shadow of the Veil, thanks for subscribing for 3 months as well. If I've gone this far, no reason to stop now. Mitchell Drummer becomes the stream boss with 80 bits. We're on a hype train now, 97% to level 1. RTK142 says, my group killed an adult red dragon last night. Ooh, good for them. What level? But can you have it, though? No, you can't have it, Baja. It's mine. It's my hat. Ugh. I did see the helicopter flew on Mars. That's cool. Ashy Boo says, hi Hannah, so excited to catch a live stream. Hope you're having a wonderful time with the new kitty. I am. She's so adorable. Mitchell Drummer says, hype train. Pyromancer says, hat addict. That I am. MW1642 with 200 bits. Baja is getting her second dose tomorrow, which is awesome. Barlock Moses with 100 bits says, bits for hype. Tucker White 94 says, to do my part as a parasitic mooching lefty, I demand that someone buy me a sub, please. Barlock Moses, thanks for gifting a sub to Tucker White. Guess that worked. Can you just do that? Can you just beg for things? Someone gift 25 subs. Is that how it works? Sonar Guy, thanks for subscribing. With a 2-month streak, says hype. Sky Comet Fallen with 50 bits. Cast Iron Pan, thank you for gifting 5 subs to the community. RTK 142 says we're level 7. DM scaled it down a bit, but that was still a fight. Well, I'm sure that was tough. Good for them. Dragons are a bitch with their breath weapons. Spongy Lord with 1500 bits says, I've been enjoying your content as far back as God's Office for years. You and a few others have pushed me left, kept me sane, and keep me going. And given me hope. You're great, Hannah. Oh, thank you. God, we haven't done God's Office in like 6 years. Are the kitties getting along? They were introduced briefly once and then Lupine hissed. So we're going to take it a little slower. Pyromancer56, thanks for subscribing with a 6-month streak. Anitfa Cat with 100 bits says, yay for vaccines. Spongy Lord, thanks for subscribing at tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Appreciate that. That's always nice when people have enough confidence in me that I'm going to continue going, which I am, but that's nice. Hype Train, level 5, 20%. Almost there. 74 Quinn 74 says, happy birthday to me and my dad. Dad's going to come over and run a D&D game for me and my partner. Then we're going to go to a bar for my 21st. I've had both shots, fortunately. Wow. Happy birthday. Everyone wish 74 Quinn 74 a happy birthday. That's cool. I hope the D&D game is fun. Like a steampunk Morpheus. Tucker White says, tomorrow I get my second Fossey ouchie. Maybe I'll get the 5G that I was promised. I know. I got the free trial, and then Bill Gates appeared in my vision as a hologram and said you have to pay, and I'm not all about that, so. Bardlock Moses with 100 says, bits for God's office. Cast Iron Pan with 100 bits says, I recommend watching Jackson Galaxy for advice on introducing cats. We have, we just got overzealous. Ilium Gal with 50 bits says, did you see Danzy Sings has a new music video up that calls for an end to anti-Asian racism? I did. I watched it on my own. I'm not gonna make fun of that. Like, the Trump songs are fun to make fun of because they're about Donald Trump. Like, she's right about there being a problem with Asian racism in the United States, especially right now. So I'm certainly not gonna make fun of that. Fukit Demos says, today, because I don't know what to say in these, I'm reciting a cute little, small business on Etsy that makes prayer beads and meditation malas, and the owners are basically angels and also queer pagans, so check it out. Divine Dealings on Etsy. Coolio. No purple, though. They gotta get something purple. Have I ever played Munchkin? No, I have not. I've seen it at the game store, but I haven't been to a game store since early last year, so. Be very careful, John. Thanks for 100 bits. And Baddie Bell, thanks for subscribing with an 8-month streak. Hope everyone is well today. Much love. Ooh, we caught up. Good job, everyone. Bardlock Moses with 100 bits. Mike Max 321 with 20. So a lot of things happened this week. The Mars stuff, I even saw Flat Earthers comment on Instagram. Jake Paul won sadly in the court case of the guy that killed George Floyd. Yeah, I'm not excited to see how that deliberation and verdict is going to go. Baja says, both kitties were extremely curious about what was on the other side of the door, so we tried it out for 10 seconds. First time Lupine showed any signs of stress, we closed the door, and will not do face-to-face meetings for like a week at least. Oh, for sure. Infinite Twitch. It is Infinite Twitch. Hold on, that's probably annoying. I'll switch to something else. Quiet 185 says, for the hype. Also, happy birthday, 74 Quinn 74. And Tea with Goblin says, morning Hannah, glad to make a live stream. Glad you could make it. 83% with 50 seconds left. We're pretty close. Bardlock Moses with 100 bits, and Baddie Bell gifting 5 subs to the community, bringing us over the top to level 5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, though. The bridge of this is literally pointed. Doesn't feel the best on my nose. Probably a Lannister. Thanks for subscribing for 6 months. I swear I bought one that didn't have this thing on it, but it's fine. A Noonday Demon, thanks for subscribing with a 3-month streak. We did it. Hype train achieved. Level 5. Thanks, everyone. Let me get a hat. Am I wearing them upside down? No, the things have hooks on them, so I definitely am wearing them the right way. Like, see, I'll show you. Hold on. They're hooked. So, no, that's the way they go. There's also sort of bracers on the inside here. Maybe I'm supposed to put it on those? Oh yeah, if I position this way, it's better and it doesn't dig in. I just noticed the bracers on the inside. The outside one is for decoration. The inside thing is for, if I can rest it correctly. Let me get a hat for the hype train. Okay, we're gonna have to decide which hat between these two that match with the glasses, okay? We could go steampunk hat, which kind of matches, but it's goggles and glasses, which is sort of a hat on a hat situation. Or this one. What do you think? What do you think? Cast Iron Pan says, introduced mine and my girlfriend Cat's Tree months ago, and when I moved in using Jackson's method, it took a while, but they are friends now. They play with each other and chase each other around. It's adorable. When's a hat and a hat ever bothered me? Fair. Tiger White says, by the way, thanks to Barlock Moses, I now have a sub baby. I'll call him Dildo Baggins. That's pretty good. Pyromancer says, Frank's speech is jank, shocking. Yeah, I think they're supposed to open to the public tomorrow. I think right now they're only open for beta testers and, like, people they select, like a closed beta that you can sign up for, which I didn't, because I'm not going to give them any of my information. But I'm excited to see how it works tomorrow, because it's supposed to come out fully tomorrow. Where in the world is Hannah Reloaded? Okay. I look very, I look very feminine. Thanks. Let me see. What else? Hoika Man, thanks for subscribing with 10 months. Says 10 months, let's go. LOL betas. I don't know who Guido Sarducci is. Can I play Pinball Wizard? No, that's a copyrighted song. Hey, Sushi Mom. Yeah. This is going to be a future incarnation of the Professor's outfit, by the way. If you follow the D&D stream. Oh, for those who do follow the D&D stream over on Actual Jake's channel, my game that I DM for, Alive, is coming back Wednesday, so just be aware of that. It'll probably be around 8 p.m. or so. Rocks Fall, create a new character. Here, we're gonna do a poll, okay? Real quick. Because I called the last edition of the Conservapedia Copapedia, but Chudapedia might be better. Copapedia? Chudapedia. Which is the better title for this segment? Vote in the poll so we can know. And I'll make a definite decision. Oh, Chud's winning. Okay, probably Chudapedia then. Not to be rude, but you look like a scene kid, but a good-looking one. Thank you. Okay, I really am going to take the glasses off, though, for now. Dead air. Steampunk Doc Ock. I'll take it. Chudapedia is winning, so it's probably going to get called Chudapedia. That's good. Devious Chilster says, with the glasses on and the hat, I'm not going to lie, you look like some villainous in a Disney movie about a guy who has to fight funk witches or something. That's a compliment. I'll take it. Any new photos of Kitty? I do have them on my phone, but I don't have them, I have them on my phone, but I don't have them so I can put them on screen. I could if I took the time. I'm just not really feeling like it. Let me see if I can. You see this? It's not great. Well, there you go. There's a cat. Okay, Chudapedia wins. Cool. You still stand by dumpster diving as a segment name? It's not descriptive enough of what's going on. Plus, that's too close to Jake's trash. So, Show your Twitter post from yesterday? I can do that. Hold on. Always got to be cautious when I open Twitter because so many people post lewds. All of Twitter gets a bonk, okay? Funk witches get money. Yeah. Here's the kitty. Another photo of the kitty. She is very cute. Blep. How old is she? About a year old, according to the vet. RTK says, I'll have you know I currently never posted any lewd pics of myself on Twitter. Not of yourself, necessarily. Is Peter on Frank's speech yet? I would imagine so. Or at least I'm sure he tried. Let me see. Frank. Oh god, why is this taking so long to load? Are they getting DDoS'd or something? This feels like 90s internet.
Platform to be brought to here, and then to
oh god, is that Dinesh D'Souza?
so we're very excited, and this is when I used to watch your movie.
This is the site right now. Okay, so they're supposed to open for real tomorrow.
I spoke at a couple of them with Charlie Kirk and that, and I'm going, you guys, it's not that bad. It's not going to get here. It's not, all these warnings. I really thought that. I thought, go back. I go, hey, I said, people are seeing how great things are with Donald Trump and with, capitalism and conservative, what's going on here and all these amazing things. Just 14 months ago, we had the best consumer confidence ever. The best, everything was the best. And boy, your movies came true in a blink of an eye, didn't they, Dinesh?
Well, the thing about it is that I think that when we look back, there was, this whole election was so strange because it appeared like the Democrats weren't...
Pardoned criminal Dinesh D'Souza. Who pardoned him again? Weird. They couldn't be bothered to make the video a bigger size. They probably couldn't figure out how. Let's start with something a little fun. Our favorite Brie Larson fanboy, the Quartering. He's back with another video about Brie Larson. I guess he's talking about some rumors about her being in Star Wars or something. Probably untrue. Let's watch him freak out about it, shall we?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I really hope this isn't true, as I have big plans to expand my brie shed with perhaps a moat with a drawbridge. But if Brie Larson...
He has a running joke based on the movie she was in, Room, not The Room, Room, which is a really good movie if you haven't seen it. I think she either was nominated or won an Academy Award for it. She's very good in that movie. In that movie, she is locked in a shed, and kidnapped and assaulted sexually for years, and he's making a joke about that movie, in case you don't know what the whole brie shed thing is.
Larson really quits Captain Marvel 2.
She won, and no way are you watching that movie. I get it. It's a good movie, though. It really is, but I understand if the subject matter is a bit intense.
I don't really...
if Caitlyn's poop girl is Jeremy Pissboy... They're a match made in heaven.
I don't know what I'll do. Probably just delete my YouTube channel, as obviously it's the only content I make. All I do is make videos about Brie Larson. Now,
you make a lot of them. But you do make like 6 videos a day, which I understand. I cut my streams up into like 4 sometimes, 4 or 5. I get it, but it's a meme that you make a lot of videos about Brie Larson because you've made like 70 videos on Brie Larson.
I know that the meme has been, and my critics use it against me all the time that I make a lot of videos about Brie Larson. But
I would never use it against you, Jeremy. It's my favorite thing you do. It brings me endless joy. Please keep making Brie Larson videos. In fact, lately you've been slacking on the Brie Larson videos, and it's very upsetting to me. So if you could come up with random things, like maybe Brie Larson went out and got a coffee one day or something, and you can make a whole 10-minute video about that. Actually, I think the ad time now on YouTube is 8 minutes to get a mid-roll. So you'll pump that out to exactly 8 minutes, and then you'll end the video, and it'll be good. So definitely make more Brie Larson videos, please.
I don't care. I find her wonderfully interesting. And she's basically gone from a nemesis of mine to someone that I actually kind of enjoy reporting on. Not that I care for her acting, but maybe I'm open to change, I suppose. And there's some interesting rumors about her and a new Star Wars pilot on Disney Plus, and perhaps leaving Captain Marvel 2 to do so, which makes
zero chance that is happening. She could do like stuff on Disney Plus. It wouldn't surprise me. A lot of the Marvel people have, done Disney Plus now, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision, and they're doing the Loki show and stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if Brie Larson ended up showing up somewhere in some of those shows as Captain Marvel, or even if she did something for Star Wars, because she's sort of in that. Disney has sort of a group of actors and actresses that they use, and they'll use them over and over again, because they have good working relationships with these people, as happens in business. And it wouldn't surprise me if she shows up, but she's not going to leave Captain Marvel 2 for that. Captain Marvel 1 was one of the highest grossing movies of all time. It's the 23rd highest grossing movie of all time. Last time I checked, it might have moved a little bit, because I know... No, because Avatar was already above it, so it was just that Avatar and Avengers switched places again, and then Brie Larson should still be 23rd with Captain Marvel. Either way, why would she leave an incredibly lucrative franchise to go and be in Star Wars? Star Wars is less prestigious than it used to be, let's just put it that way.
0 sense to me, but it's being reported by multiple outlets. Let's start with...
Which outlets? Are they the bullshit ones you reference all the time that don't come true 90% of the time? Assuming this is true, what's to stop Larson from doing both? Yeah, that's why I don't trust the rumor. It wouldn't make any sense. And RTK says, Dahel is his source on this? He's never gotten one of these things right. I don't even know who that is.
The first, a more fun topic. Everything you need to know about Brie Larson's Fortnite locker bundle. As somebody... everyone knows Brie Larson plays a ton of video games. I mean, I say that...
She plays video games. She plays Animal Crossing and some other stuff. To my knowledge, she's talked about that at least. I know she's an ad for Nintendo, so she could be making it up. But it's really, really not out of line at all to imagine Brie Larson being the age she is, playing, like, Animal Crossing and stuff. I play Animal Crossing. Sarah plays Animal Crossing. A lot of people play Animal Crossing.
Tongue-in-cheek, I 100% believe she plays as much Animal Crossing as she says she does.
Oh, is he doing the gatekeepy thing where he's like, you're not a real gamer unless you play Dark Souls on impossible mode? Shut up, Jeremy. Who cares? He's the first person to line up and suck Henry Cavill's dick, though, if he starts talking about building a PC.
But
that's definitely not pandering. But when Brie Larson plays Animal Crossing, it's corporate bullshit.
Here, now you can buy Brie Larson's locker bundle in Fortnite.
Mike Mack says she's a fine actress. It's just the Captain Marvel movie wasn't that good in my opinion. She felt stiff, but I do hope Captain Marvel 2 is going to be better. I think that's kind of what she was going for. I mean, I understand if that's your opinion, that's fine. I think that's kind of what she was going for, considering most of the movie she's kind of like being brainwashed by a society that took her in and lied to her after she had amnesia, but whatever.
Why? Reasons, apparently. Larson's locker contains 5 cosmetic items. None of them are new, but there's one slight...
I would imagine that's probably how the locker bundles work. Based on the name alone, I don't really play Fortnite, but I assume it's like, here's a celebrity, and here's the Fortnite stuff they like. Kind of like, what was it when McDonald's did like, try this meal that this athlete likes or whatever. They didn't necessarily put like new items on the menu. They just put them together in a specific way. Pyromancer says, if you can't beat Super Mario World blindfolded in under 20 minutes, are you even a gamer? No, definitely not. Real gamers never use Yoshi. Fun fact.
Slightly exclusive item in this. The main attraction is the Bush Ranger outfit. While that's available in the game normally, there's a slight variant included in this bundle. It's blue and comes with a necklace that says BB on it for Bush Babies. That's it. That's it.
It also comes with, let's see, rare back bling, rare harvesting tool, rare emotes, and another rare emote. I don't play Fortnite. I don't care, but it's fine. I'm quiet. Hold on. La 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 la. What? Yeah. Why is my mic so quiet recently? I'll turn up the gain a little bit. How about this? Is this better? Do I sound louder? Is this okay? Do I sound blown out, or is that fine? Cool. Better? Great.
$16?
Yeah, Fortnite's a ripoff. In fairness, you can play Fortnite for free, but the entire point is to get you in the door, so you buy their overpriced cosmetic shit. $16. For one thing, I find it funny that Jeremy's talking about this at all in a Brie Larson video. Brie Larson doesn't work for Epic Games or whoever makes Fortnite. She didn't set the price. I don't know what to tell you, Jeremy. Microtransactions are shitty. Sky Comet Fallen says he's on Brie again. Geez, stop making videos about her and just buy her bathwater already, Jeremy.
That's ridiculous. The bundle runs you 2,000 V-Bucks. Normally a pack of 1,000 V-Bucks costs 8, so you'll need to spend 16 bucks to get this.
I think their outfits are normally like $5 or something, so 5. I don't know how much this shit costs. I don't really care either way. I don't think... One of the reasons I don't play Fortnite is because I suck at it, but also the monetization stuff grosses me out. I don't know. It's usually like 10. Okay, guess it's been a while since I played.
What? Whether or not you should buy Brie Larson's bundle entirely depends on if you like the items.
Let me see. Fortnite store. Can I get that online? Like, do they show current items in shop? Okay, great. How much did you say the bundle is? Like 20,000 or something? I don't know. Do they have a bundle on here that I can look at? Either way, like, they're already pretty ridiculously priced for all sorts of shit. It's a ripoff, I agree, but it's a game primarily, and I'm not trying to denigrate anyone who plays Fortnite. It's completely fine. If that's a game you like, that's awesome. But I think it preys on a lot of younger kids who'll be like, Mom, buy me a card with V-Bucks on it so I can wear my Thanos skin and shoot John Wick or whatever that game, whatever happens to that game now. I don't follow Fortnite, I'm sorry.
Wow, thanks, Inverse. Since there's nothing exclusive here, save for the slight costume variant, you'll be able to buy all this later. Or you might already own some of it. If you see a single item you like in here, you could simply buy that a la carte too to save some money. In terms of value, this is certainly a deal. $16 for some cosmetics you're trying to tell me is a deal? The Bush Ranger outfit and Honey Hitters alone cost 2,000 V-Bucks normally. All 5 of these items together would run you over 4,000 V-Bucks. So if you're looking just to get a whole bunch of emotes at once, it's not a bad 5-in-1 option. Wow, thanks Inverse for telling me a $16 cosmetic is a good value. But let's take a look at some actual interesting news. Now, of course, this is from We Got This Covered. So
I don't know why he went over that in this video. It's perfectly fine to point out the ridiculous monetization of certain games like Fortnite. Like, I don't know, Battlefield or Star Wars Battlefront 2 I know used to be pretty bad about stuff like that with loot boxes. That's fine. But this is a video about Brie Larson. Like, she doesn't set the prices at Fortnite. Sorry. Dread Pirate Mick, thanks for subscribing for 5 months.
Take this with whatever's smaller than a grain of salt. How about a micron of salt? All right, but it's being reported on several outlets, so let's take a look. Rian Johnson once revealed that his crew on the set of Star Wars The Last Jedi would literally use Mike Zero's name as a euphemism for trash being wide of the mark. So it's best to take anything the YouTuber says with a decent size of heaping of salt. Wow, they actually talk about him? I've never even heard of him. One of his latest wild rumors is that Brie Larson is set to make her debut in a galaxy far, far away in an upcoming Disney Plus show.
So the source on this is another rumor mill, much like the quartering, that's full of nothing but bullshit. This is what I hate about this, like, sphere of the internet. Is these people, like the quartering and Doomcock and other bullshit chud media sources and stuff like this and rumor mills, is one of them will report on a thing. Excuse me. Sometimes it'll be from like 4chan or some disreputable site. Just something someone made up somewhere along the line. Sometimes even Overlord DVD, Doomcock, will just say, like, my sources say, and it's something either he or someone else made up and got to him, or it was a 4chan thing. People have intentionally tricked him using 4chan before, and it's usually pretty funny when he gets called out on it. So they'll report on this, and then some other disreputable site or clickbait site will write an article about that reporting, air quote, and then someone like Jeremy will pick it up, and they just all share the same bullshit with each other, and 99% of it never comes true, and yet people still watch this garbage. It's so weird. Tea with Goblin says, you know the old man yells at clouds meme? I suggest some variants. Sad man yells at children's media, and sad man yells at women doing things. James Sterling does way better. James Stephanie Sterling, I think. Now, I'm not positive. Mike Mac 321 says, but if Trump was doing it, he will be praising him and be first in line to buy the bundle.
Well, news of Captain Marvel star...
Yeah, we're gonna watch a Doomcock video later, and it's all lazy bullshit.
Pitching up at Lucasfilm would hardly come as a shock, given that she's made her fandom of the franchise abundantly clear on several occasions, whether it's unsuccessfully auditioning for The Force Awakens, which we know she said, cosplaying as a Jedi, or just coming out and saying she wanted in on Kevin Feige's mystery movie, and it's specifics of Zero's latest report that raised the question marks. As per his information, the Academy Award winner will headline her own solo series as a powerful new character named Maeve. So far, so standard. But the particular Jedi is set to occupy a brand new timeline outside of existing canon where she'll be depicted as more powerful than Darth Vader and Rey combined.
This is like Chud Rage fan fiction bait. Like, they're like, how do we get the clicks from the angry Chuds who hate that women are in the Star Wars movies? Brie Larson, it's like a Mad Libs of the things to enrage Chuds. Brie Larson will star in a new Disney Plus series about Mary Sue, who's more powerful than Darth Vader and Rey Skywalker combined. Like, it's just... It's even the way it's worded. I love it. And he's reporting on this garbage. He's such a grifter. I hate this man. Probably Lannister says this article is created by an algorithm just to upset Jeremy.
With tracking down a mysterious MacGuffin that has power to manipulate the very essence of the Force. We've talked about this before. We've heard several times in the past that Larson was being eyed for Star Wars with a multitude of potential projects having been named that ultimately came to nothing. It's certainly best to not treat the latest edition of the rumor mill as gospel. But now you see this article, Star Wars Brie Larson playing a Jedi more powerful than Rey in Disney Plus series. I don't know. I don't know who this... Let's see.
He's this Mike Zero guy is, I think, on my Media Chuds list. Let me look. Yeah. He's another dude like Jeremy that he basically posts Star Wars rumor bullshit videos every day of the week. And he was big on the whole Gina Carano thing, like, oh my god, why did they fire Gina Carano for being a piece of shit? Like, literally, it's this entire channel is just this guy making shit up. Or posting 4chan rumors that are, of course, made up because it's 4chan. And he gets, I can't even friggin' believe it, guys. He gets tens of thousands of views on every video. Some of them are in the hundreds of thousands. Every single time, even though he just posts bullshit constantly. If you ever want to be in a recession-proof industry, mining Chud salt is a good thing to get into. Because, boy, do they get mad. Mike Mack says, isn't Abloth, a woman, the strongest Force user in the Star Wars Legends, so powerful that Grandmaster Luke wasn't able to do anything to her? I have no idea. I'm not familiar with the Star Wars EU at all. I like the Star Wars movies, and I like Mandalorian, but I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Star Wars as a franchise. Does that make sense? Like, Marvel, I'll watch the movies, and I read the comics, and I buy the merchandise, and I'm very into the lore. Star Wars, I'll just sit down and watch a Star Wars movie or a TV show, and then I'll put it down, and I won't think about it again until the next one comes out. They're entertaining popcorn movies, but I don't really care about them. If you like them, that's great. And if you hate them, that's great, too. They're children's movies. I don't really care. You find the rumors that Karen Gillan might play Mara Jade for a far more valid, and I don't even believe them. I don't even know who Mara Jade is.
Let's see. I've never even come across this YouTuber before. This isn't to, like, that isn't a knock.
That's shocking to me, considering they're in the exact same line of business. But, sure. There are certainly people that I don't know on the internet, so fair enough.
On them. I wonder if I've come across their videos before. Oh. Yes. He has a lot of rumors. Okay. I've come across his videos before.
He didn't think to... Wait a minute. Wait. Jeremy planned to do a video about this article that's only citation is this guy's YouTube channel, and he didn't even take 5 seconds to look up the channel before he sat down to record the video? It's so low effort. Why do people watch this garbage unironically? Raven says Snoop Dogg will be playing Black Batman. I heard it from Gateway Pundit. Honestly, that movie would be rad as fuck. Who are you? I'm Batman.
There's some people here who don't like him. I don't know. I've come across him before. I've come across some, wow, 128,000. So I guess he's been around for a long time. Hey, I appreciate the hustle.
Jeremy outright saying he respects people who make shit up and spread baseless rumors on the internet for profit. Game recognizes game, I suppose.
But let's see. Now, Stanford Review says, is Brie Larson leaving MCU and Captain Marvel 2 for a Star Wars reboot? Here's what we think. Our Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, is rumored to have been leaving the MCU. Well, we've got it covered. Here are the latest updates. Brie Larson, 31, is an American actress. Yeah, we know who she is.
Okay, Jeremy, not everyone knows who Brie Larson is. Jesus Christ.
Brie Larson has been subject.
Do you know the format of articles about individuals? Usually they'll start with a brief sentence or two or paragraph maybe explaining who they are. Jesus Christ. He's seething that anyone writes about Brie Larson ever. It's so funny. Are they actually doing Captain Marvel 2? They are, yes.
Subjected to a lot of praise.
They did at the end of WandaVision, there was a post-credit scene that's going to tie into Captain Marvel 2.
Accolades in her career, yes, we already know. Will she leave? Often it's been observed that Brie Larson has shown keen interest in getting featured in a Lucasfilm. She's accompanied Star Wars universe in many events, and to our knowledge, she is a sci-fi lover. So it wouldn't come as a surprise that she would turn down an offer from Lucasfilm. Well, there are speculation marked at whether Brie will actually join Star Wars or not, as well as she's set to headline her solo project, which will also have a main character named Maeve during a living galactic war. As known till now, the character of Maeve will be more powerful than Anakin and Rey combined. So this is all coming off the exact same source. Okay. Sometimes when I cover videos, like, I like to give you an authentic reaction. And so sometimes, look, I can tell.
At 7, almost 8 minutes into the video, he realizes, oh, this is definitely bullshit. Why did I make a video about this? Sorry I wasted your time, folks. And then he uploaded the video anyway? What? Just don't upload the video, Jeremy.
Tell you this with reasonable certainty, like exceedingly reasonable certainty. Brie Larson is not leaving Marvel. Brie Larson is not leaving Captain Marvel 2. They've already begun the process there. There's no way she's leaving.
Yeah, hold on. Filming Captain Marvel 2. Not sure if they started yet, but I know they're starting soon. Yeah, May looks like they're going to start shooting Captain Marvel 2. Did you guys see the trailer for Shang-Chi? That looks pretty boss. I think that looks fun. I enjoy the Marvel movies. They're fun pieces of entertainment. Tinker Taylor 84, thanks for subscribing for 8 months with Prime. Mike Mack says he got a hate boner for her basically a soon-dare. Is that some kind of weeb word that I'm too much of a normie to understand?
That. And in terms of a
Sundari. I don't know what that word means. I'm sorry.
Disney Plus series for her, maybe. It's possible. I don't think that she would choose between them either. Like the idea that Disney would be cool with her leaving them high and dry on Captain Marvel 2, because they literally couldn't recast her this quickly.
Also, why would they recast her? That movie made a lot of money, Jeremy. It's fine. Like, and let me give you an example. People like Jeremy, and even myself to an extent, are very out of the mainstream perception of movies like this, because, you know, we spend a lot of time in these circles where we're either looking at, like, Chuds, or we're looking at, like, comic book fans talking about these things, who have very specific tastes, often in regard to the comic books or their preconceived notions about characters. But the general public doesn't know any of that and doesn't really give a shit. When I went to go see Endgame in theaters, do you know what happened when Captain Marvel showed up? That actually surprised me, because I watched so much of this shit. Even I get skewed towards, oh, the audience doesn't like Captain Marvel or doesn't care. Jeremy talks about it all the time. But Captain Marvel came on screen, and everyone in the theater was like, woo! And I was like, oh yeah. General audience is just like things that they recognize, and they recognize Captain Marvel, so they're fine. Like, general audiences don't care. He so wants her to leave Captain Marvel 2, it's amusing. Yeah, it's funny. Tsundere, pronounced tsundere, is a Japanese term for a character development process that depicts a character with a personality who is initially polarized, warm, soft, cold, temperamental, hot-headed, and sometimes even hostile, before gradually showing a warmer, friendlier side over time. Lee loves stuff with 25 bits. Oh, Hannah, how I envy that you do not know weeb words. Oh, how I wish to return to that innocence.
But we have Captain Marvel 2 is already starting filming in May. So I'm going to have to say that, no disrespect, Mike Zero, I'm not familiar with your body of work, but this appears to be completely busted. Here, just March 26th, I can show you. Captain Marvel 2 already starts filming in May in LA on May 31st. That's 6 weeks from now. Do you think Brie Larson is going to leave, as Disney puts it, $1 billion movie franchise?
What do you mean,
2 weeks before they start filming?
As Disney puts it, It's $1 billion franchise, Jeremy. The first movie made like $1.23 billion. Mike Max says, what happens if Carol was Miss Marvel and Monica was Captain Marvel first, like in the comics? How will the normies react to Carol growth from Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel? Oh, I don't know. They did introduce Monica, both in the first Captain Marvel movie as a kid, and she was in WandaVision, and she's going to be in Captain Marvel too. Let me put it that way. Watch WandaVision if you haven't. It's quite good. And so is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I've been enjoying their shows quite a bit.
Go ahead and say 0% chance. Captain Marvel 2, I believe, will
You hope they make Captain Marvel a lesbian to really make his head explode? That'd be amazing.
be awful.
I don't think they will, though. The Marvel movies are relatively popular in, like, China. And China, not big on that kind of thing. So I don't think they'll... Anytime they introduce someone who is, like, a gay character in the Marvel universe, it's going to be something that can easily be edited out for China. Unfortunately, because that's the reality of the global marketplace in which we live, is studios editing their movies for other markets. So it can't be like a main plot point to have her be gay, because they can't edit that out of the film reasonably without leaving a big hole, you know? Von Tux with 50 bits. Like Valkyrie, from the Thor movies, is reportedly going to be a lesbian in upcoming films, but she's like a side character most of the time, so that stuff can probably be cut out for foreign markets. But I don't know. I think it'll be quite a while before we get a main character being gay or lesbian or trans or anything, because specifically of markets like China that are not okay with that kind of thing. Von Tug says, if YouTube never monetized and Patreon never existed, do you think folks like the Quartering would be better, happier people? He wouldn't be as rich, so I'm gonna say no. Money does buy a lot of happiness. Rich people are lying to you when they say it doesn't. Devious Chilster says, Captain Marvel, a lesbian with a trans wife, and they both do witchcraft and socialism. Also, there's a black Viking, just to literally kill Jeremy in Minecraft.
Not because of Brie Larson, because I love my Brie Larson, but because of the directing crew. Here's what Marvel does. They bring in nobody directors who will just do what they're told.
Like that James Gunn. What a hack. He could never make anything good. Or Taika Waititi. What a trash ball. Jesus Christ, Jeremy. Sam Raimi is going to be doing the new Spider-Man, or the new Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Nia DaCosta has exactly one film under her belt right now, maybe two. I believe she's also doing the Candyman reboot, which is going to be terrible. I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. I haven't seen a single frame in the movie, but I guarantee you it will be bad because a woman directed it. Why would you assume it's going to be bad, Jeremy?
And
I think she's not only a woman, but like a woman, a black woman too, which probably pisses Jeremy off a lot.
Why would I expect her to be able to handle a giant budget action film? Of course,
you could say the same things about James Gunn. You could say the same things about Taika Waititi. You could say the same things about a lot of the directors Marvel has gotten, but they've been pretty good at selecting people who are talented for the projects that best suit them. It's not foolproof. I'm sure at some point they'll make some bad decisions in that front, but so far it's been fine. Lily Love Stuff says, China is very not okay with homosexuality in movies and TV, like with my beloved Eurovision when the Chinese broadcast cut out Ireland's performance in 2018 due to having two men dancing together romantically. Luckily, the EBU decided that China wasn't allowed to broadcast the contest anymore because of that and editing out pride flags. Interesting. Baja with a link of some sort. And Von Tux says...
Well, hey there, y'all.
One sec. Von Tux says, I guess I just wonder if monetization lets guys like the Quartering indulge their worst selves, like maybe he'd be less of a bigot in the real world. I don't know. Too optimistic, perhaps. I don't think he's as well... I think he'd still be a bad guy, but he would indulge it less. I don't know.
Also, in today's education fuckery news, A school district in central Michigan is in hot water after 2 white staff members secretly butchered the hair of a biracial first grader. Jimmy Hoffmeyer was shocked to see his 7-year-old daughter walk through the door on March 26th. His daughter's curly hair... Well, hey there, y'all. So...
Oh, Jesus, it restarted. Basically, they cut her hair. That's fucked up.
As opposed to 1990, setting the original movie, will take place after the events of Avengers Endgame, which saw Captain Marvel arriving in the last minute to save the day, complete with a fancy new haircut. Terrible haircut, Brie. Please let them keep your hair long.
Jesus Christ. It's based on her hair from the comics, Jeremy. You fucking idiot. She's had many hairstyles. She's had long hair, but one of her famous hairstyles is also short hair, which that was based on specifically. It wouldn't surprise me if she grows out her hair. I don't really care either way. I think it looks good, long or short. But to act like it just came out of nowhere just makes you sound like you don't know what you're talking about.
With a script from Megan McDonnell, one of WandaVision's writers, the hope is that Captain Marvel 2 will be an improvement on the original, integrating Carol Danvers.
Admiral Owl, thank you for subscribing for 9 months. That's a sub baby. We're going to name that baby Jeremy. Please watch it. It has contact info for the school. I don't think I'm supposed to play that on Twitch then. Donating blood for the first time since COVID lockdown. Let's go. Vampires, baby. Please donate if you can, chat, with 69 bits. Nice. Not going to lie, she looks like a Karen. Bardlock Moses says, I think most of these people don't read the comics. Probably not.
Danvers properly in the present-day MCU as arguably the most powerful Avenger, with a release date of November 11th, 2022. Captain Marvel 2 is already deep into pre-production and is now filming. A filming start date has been.
The quartering, not knowing what he's talking about. I don't believe it. Me either. Davius Chilster says, "Are you telling me Jeremy didn't know that Adora was an orphan in the original She-Ra? The quartering might not understand what he's talking about." And yes, women should take advice on hair and their appearance from Jeremy, famous basement peer.
Revealed. There's zero chance Captain Marvel is quitting, or Brie Larson is quitting this movie.
I thought you did a video. I could be wrong. Let me look. I thought I saw Jeremy do a video referencing the idea that she might leave Captain Marvel 2 at some point. Let me look. Brie Larson, where are you? It's like a Where's Waldo, except it's full of Chud stuff. I thought a while back he did a video where he's like, is Brie Larson leaving Captain Marvel 2? It was a while ago, though. Yeah, he did a thing 3 weeks ago on basically the same story. Which isn't shocking. He talks about the same rumors over and over sometimes, but... Anyway.
And that doesn't mean that she isn't going to also have a option to be in a Star Wars miniseries on Disney Plus.
Okay, I'll play it after this segment, but I'm in the middle of a segment.
But I even doubt that, because you'd be spreading her pretty thin.
Pretty sure Wanda can beat Carol now? Probably.
And if you were going to talk about this new Disney Plus series starring Brie Larson, I mean, she couldn't even start filming it till next year. And there's no script, no director, no nothing attached to this. This sounds like absolutely made up. And as much as it would be amazing for my channel to have Brie Larson quit on Captain Marvel, there's just no way she would do it to then go to a Lucasfilm production, because they wouldn't allow that. Lucasfilm would not allow her to quit Captain Marvel 2 to then star in a Star Wars movie. That just isn't happening. So as awesome as it would be, unfortunately, I don't believe this rumor has any amount of truth in it. It's fun to dream, though. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.
He got 11 minutes. Enough for a mid-roll. You did it, Jeremy. A video in which you completely 180'd in 11 minutes. Great. We haven't dealt with Jeremy for a while, but Jesus Christ, it's still exhausting. They're just such low-effort videos. They're so low effort. If I talk about something, usually at least I know what's going on and I have something of substance to say about the topic or to make fun of or whatever. Not just like, well, I don't know, what's this thing? Nope, I don't think the thing. I don't know. The amount of money he gets for this is actually hilarious, though, so. Good luck with the grift, Jeremy. Moving on.
So in today's education fuckery news, a school district in central Michigan is in hot water after 2 white staff members secretly butchered the hair of a biracial first grader. Jimmy Hoffmeyer was shocked to see his 7-year-old daughter walk through the door on March 26th. His daughter's curly hair was chopped within inches of her scalp, the work of women who clearly didn't have the first idea how to care for the hair of a black child. This was just 2 days after another hair-cutting incident where a child on the bus cut her hair and they had to go and take her and get it styled. Unfortunately, the day this happened, it was the beginning of spring break and he was unable to get a hold of anyone. When her daddy asked her what happened, she said, "My library teacher cut my hair." Look at this baby. Look at this baby's face. Her daddy filed a police report, as he rightly should have. He is getting no answers from the school or from the superintendent. This superintendent, she has an assistant too. Looky there, a board meeting tonight. Well, hey there, y'all. So in today's education...
TV's Children with 20 bits says your live streams are somehow better edited than his recorded videos. Yeah, the school system's pretty fucked up a lot of the time. Okay, it's time to deal with Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Overlord DVD, who has made a video where he's claiming that it's a ratings disaster for Disney Plus because it's too woke. I actually did a tweet about this a while back. Let me see if I can pull it up. One sec. It's so funny to me that Chuds all around are like upset and surprised that a TV show whose entire premise is that of the legacy of Captain America. Like, I did this tweet responding to Tim Pool, our favorite Beanie Boy, where he says, the wokeness in Falcon and Winter Soldier is starting to get too thick for it to be enjoyable. I'm not going to spoil Falcon and the Winter Soldier, by the way. I'm sure not everyone has seen it. And then I just posted comic book panels like this one, which is one of my favorite comic book pages of all time with Captain America. This is a what-if issue from, I think, the 80s, where a fascistic, evil Captain America takes over, and then the real Captain America shows up, and this is what he says. Listen to me, all of you out there, you were told by this man, your hero, that America is the greatest country in the world. He told you that Americans were the greatest people, that America could be refined like silver, could have the impurities hammered out of it, and shine more brightly. He went on about how precious America was, how you needed to make sure it remained great, and he told you anything was justified to preserve that great treasure, that pearl of great price that is America. Well, I say America is nothing without its ideals, its commitment to the freedom of all. America is a piece of trash. A nation is nothing. A flag is a piece of cloth. I fought Adolf Hitler not because America was great, but because it was fragile. I knew that liberty could as easily be snuffed out here as in Nazi Germany. As a people, we were no different from them. When I returned, I saw that you nearly did turn America into nothing, and the only reason you're not less than nothing is it's still possible for you to bring freedom back to America. So, you know, Captain America had a lot of commentary, and still does, on American politics, the state of America, on race. Here's an issue where Sam Wilson, the Falcon, gets arrested because he's at the scene of a crime, but of course he's stopping the crime. He's a superhero, but he gets arrested because he's black. Of course, the first issue of Captain America was Captain America punching Adolf Hitler in the face. There's a ton of these. Other people responded to my thread with other comic book panels from Captain America that are political in nature. You think I'm a traitor? Grow up, fella. Times have changed. America's in danger within as well as without. There's organized crime, injustice, and fascism. Or wouldn't you recognize that? Are you calling me a fascist? This is the time that Captain America renounced being Captain America during Watergate. Like, there's a ton of stuff like this, is my point. Captain America is inherently political by the very nature of his existence. And anyone who says otherwise is an idiot. Here's a Stan soapbox. Stan Lee, famous editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics for decades. And here's what he said in one of his, like, editor things in the back of the comic book, Stan's soapbox. From time to time we receive letters from readers who wonder why there's so much moralizing in our mags. They take great pains to point out that comics are supposed to be escapist reading and nothing more. But somehow, I can't see it that way. It seems to me that a story, without a message, however subliminal, is like a man without a soul. In fact, even the most escapist literature of all, old-time fairy tales and heroic legend, contain moral and philosophical points of view. At every college campus where I may speak, there's as much discussion of war and peace, civil rights, and so-called youth rebellion as there is of our Marvel mags, per se. None of us lives in a vacuum. None of us is untouched by the everyday events about us, events which shape our stories just as they shape our lives. Sure, our tales could be called escapist, but just because something's for fun doesn't mean we have to blanket our brains while we read it. Excelsior. Stan Lee. So, when Chuds are like, there's too much politics in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what they're saying is, I don't like the fact that they're talking about issues that face black Americans in a show about a black man becoming Captain America. It's completely disingenuous. So let's see what Doomcock has to say about all this. Oh yeah, there are definitely problematic portrayals of Captain America. The old Captain America especially. For sure. Wait, is this Steve Rogers Captain America, or was this when it was the other one? But I wouldn't be surprised. There's definitely been very questionable ones. Ultimate Captain America is also a huge asshole. Love the hat. Thank you. I'll go over Bit's messages in a little bit. Sorry.
Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the
It was the
future
other one?
ruler of
Yeah.
Earth, broadcasting from Section X Studios at the center of the Earth. And this is the Pop Culture Breakdown, a rundown of the top pop culture stories and rumors of the day. We have a story a little later about a sex scandal involving Geode, the lovable rock guy from Star Wars The High Republic that I think you'll find particularly amusing. But our lead story tonight, according to a new rumor, Marvel fans are tuning out in droves as the Falcon and the Winter Soldier goes woke.
Every source I could find on this, by the way, said the opposite, and that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is one of the most popular shows on Disney+. It's more popular than WandaVision in viewership. Like, it's one of the top shows on Disney+. So, I'm curious where his source is for this.
Some new information has been brought to my attention suggesting that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is losing its audience in a major way due to wokeness.
It's top watched on pirating sites too. That's usually a good way to see how much interest is in a show.
Offering hard viewing statistics as evidence that get woke, go broke is not simply a phrase, it is an axiom. This is bad.
Disney Plus planned to, I think, have 90 million subscribers to Disney Plus within 4 years of its release. I think we're 2 years in right now, and they have over 100 million, so they've broken even their most conservative estimates, or even their most whatever, you know. So no, Disney is not going broke. Sorry.
People, so buckle your seatbelts, the ride's about to get bumpy. What I'm about to share with you is information provided to me from a source claiming to have knowledge of very particular data.
Oh, his source is bullshit. Someone came to me and said, I work for Disney and I have internal engagement data, even though the released data from Nielsen says that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is doing incredibly strong in the ratings. Well, this random guy, whose uncle also works for Nintendo, by the way, and told me Super Mario 128 will be coming out any day now, he says that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is doing bad because woke.
Regarding Disney Plus viewership, it is very specific and very eye-opening if true. However, since I cannot independently verify this information, I must ask you to please view what I'm about to tell you as unverified rumor.
No shit. Do you do anything else? All your material is trash that random people tell you and they're like, I definitely work for Disney, wink wink.
And please,
or 4chan rumors that you act like you have an inside source for when it was just literally posted on 4chan.
please take it with a grain of salt. So what is meant by the term tots? No, not tater tots, my friends. What I'm referring to is TOTS, tune out timestamp. The tune out timestamp is logged on Disney Plus whenever a viewer stops watching a particular movie or television episode. It's useful to the bean counters at Disney Plus to note when they lose a particular viewer because this can give them valuable data about how the show is doing and what that viewer thinks about it. For example, if the tune out timestamp shows that most viewers watch the episode up until the end credits, that tells Disney executives the show was successful at retaining the audience for the most part. But if large groups of people start tuning out well before the end credits roll, that would indicate there's at least potentially a problem with the show. Such is the case with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as these numbers dramatically indicate. According to this source, a source that has provided me with viewer data before,
Have they been right about viewer data, or was that also unsubstantiated and you just assumed it was true because it told you what you wanted to hear? Just curious.
while the Falcon and the Winter Soldier had not been doing badly in terms of overall ratings prior to this incident, things took a turn.
The incident. It talked about racial issues in America. The incident.
For the worse over the past weekend. This source claims
Actual real-life minorities getting shot by police. I sleep. Disney show about superheroes talks about this issue. The incident.
that around 5 p.m. on Saturday, across the board,
Oh yeah, these grifters make a lot of money. This video alone has 163,000 views. This guy has 250,000 subscribers. These Chud rumor mill channels, like the Quartering and this guy, make a ton of money. The salt mines never run dry with these people. It's hilarious.
the timeout tune stamp numbers for the second episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier went crazy, with people turning the show off in droves, all at around the same part of the show within seconds of each other. This was highly unusual, my source claims, that so many people would be tuning out of a particular episode at almost exactly the same time. What could be happening in the story to prompt so many mass defections? If anything, the situation only got worse over time, leading this source out of curiosity to watch the episode and try to figure out what was going on.
Wait, so they're a source inside Disney that has access to this information, but the reporter, whatever they were reading, didn't already have in there what was happening at that time period, or like there wasn't some sort of contextual? I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Like Disney's just like, they all tuned out at this timestamp. We don't know why. We have the thing and we could look at it, but we would have to turn on a TV for that, and you know, we're Disney, so we definitely don't do tons of research into what our audience likes. We're only the biggest media company in the history of the planet. Jesus Christ.
And here's what my source had to say. Quote, "My jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. All the turnout was at the cop scene, where it clearly shows they were ready to pull their guns on a black guy who was arguing with a white guy. It's clear that
Again, it's all fan fiction. Imagine being so fragile that you need to have an idiot in a mask feed you fan fiction about audiences not liking political commentary because you're such a bitch baby that you don't like your television shows having actual substance. They're not coddling your view of the world, so clearly everyone hates it. Jesus Christ.
this was the message, unquote. So in other words, Disney felt like sticking a Black Lives Matter message smack dab in the middle of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2.
Yeah, if you've read the comics where Sam Wilson becomes Captain America, that the show is loosely based on, there's a lot of, that's like the main theme, is what does it mean for a black man in America to become a symbol of America, and how does America react to that? How is his view of America colored by the fact that he is a minority in a country that historically does not treat minorities very well? That's like a big theme. If you just acted like that wasn't a thing at all in the show, it would be incredibly disingenuous and out of place. Because that's not how it works. That's not how the world works.
And what do you know? Apparently fans who were sick to death of bad news and tragic headlines decided they had had enough and turned off the episode in favor of something a little more fun, like cleaning the bathtub, delousing the dog, or getting a colonoscopy. According to my source, over the course of Friday and Saturday, a full 79.9% of people that were tuning in stopped watching at that.
Okay, this bullshit source, I gave him too much credit. I thought he was gonna say, and again, this is a nameless source. This is not a true story. This is fucking fan fiction that someone wrote and he's reporting on because he likes money. Which I get. I like money too. I thought the rumor was at least gonna have the sense to say like, oh, I don't know, 20 or 30% of the audience dipped out, which would still be a ridiculous number. But he's so stupid that he's claiming that 80% of the audience tuned out at a scene about racism, despite the fact that the first episode also had some commentary on this as well with the bank scene. Like, how delusional do you have to be to believe this number? How delusional do you have to be to listen to this guy talk this bullshit day after day and be like, yes, this is worth my time. It's worth my time tuning into this channel to learn that a series made about comic books for children is not catering to my tastes and it's unpopular. So that's great.
That point in the story. We are now joined by our senior ratings analyst, Harvey Cthulhu. Harvey, what do you make of these numbers?
What can I tell you, Doomcock? The people have spoken. They are sick to death of having woke crap shoved in their faces. Maybe when they watch a superhero TV show or movie, they want escapism, not more headlines ripped from CNN.
Find me a single worthwhile comic book that has absolutely no political commentary. Seriously, I would bet Doomcock $500 that he can't find me a popular comic book from the last 40 years that didn't have at least some political underpinnings that you can point at. Some moral lesson about right and wrong. He's stupid enough that he'd probably be like, what about Watchmen? That's just a fun story about superheroes. I love Rorschach. He's so cool. The Flintstones? I own the Flintstones comic. That shit was great. The issue with Wilma doing the hand paintings. Oh, so good.
It seems to me when people subscribe to services like Disney Plus or Netflix or Hulu, They just want to be entertained, not brainwashed, not educated, not improved. Like Cyndi Lauper, they just want to have fun.
Yes, fun is awful hard to come by these days. Holy shit. 79.9% of people tuned out at the same time?
No, they didn't. This is bullshit that you're reporting on because you know your idiot followers are gonna watch and give you ad money for confirming their bias.
That's a lot of unhappy
People who don't get Watchmen are fascinating. You'd love Zack Snyder then. I hate Zack Snyder. Not as a person. I have nothing against him personally. I just think he's terrible as a director.
campers.
And it only got worse, Harvey. According to this source, overall for the next few days, the TOTS average went up to 83.49% overall. That means 83.49% of viewers turned off the episode at almost exactly the same woke point. This source claims there were also a lot of subsequent
Doomcock or Mimsy, who is the worst puppeteer? Mimsy. At least Doomcock knows to not have his mouth on screen because he can't lip sync
cancellations
or throw his voice.
happening in real time, though I was not provided figures for that. Disney Plus is reportedly in full panic mode, trying to find a way to spin this mass defection.
I'm just imagining that gif of Woody Harrelson where in Zombieland where he's wiping his tears with like $100 bills. People complaining about politics and media are just people realizing their side are bad and they have to face it, or just that they're unpopular.
Into good news. And as a perfect bookend to this story, Harvey, I am told some brave soul working for Disney Plus, upon hearing this news, shrugged and...
The irony, too, of this guy whose channel is like half devoted to stories about Star Wars, not wanting politics in his media. Star Wars' main plot is about a fascist Nazi-esque government that has taken over the galaxy with literal jackbooted stormtroopers and a resistance fighting them. Like, do you not understand? Do you not get it? Do you not understand that the things you enjoy are political? Frustrating.
and said, "Get woke, go broke," and was fired on the spot.
Hold on!
Some brave soul working for District bookend to this story, Harvey. I am told some brave soul working for Disney Plus, upon hearing this news, shrugged and said, "Get woke, go broke," and was fired on the spot.
And then everyone clapped. That young man's name? Albert Einstein. What a dumb asshole. Who reads that story and goes, "This is a real thing that happened"? Jesus Christ.
In front of everyone. My friends, in an age of lies, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
Oh, the irony! The palpable, delicious irony!
And now, this. A picture of Chud dressed in drag was leaked onto Twitter by none other than Fat Steven Seagal, aka Legendary Fat Steven, last week, ensuring that Star Wars The High Republic is off to a scandalous start. Turns out that Chud likes to cross-dress in order to get his rocks off.
Who is Chud? I don't watch Star Wars extended media stuff.
He's a lava, not a fighter. And while there's nothing wrong with dressing up in a French-made outfit and doing things with a feather duster that would make the Marquis de Sade blush, why hasn't Chud released his, her, its pronouns? That would seem to me to be the bolder choice for this rocky fellow. If there's one
Is this whole bit just gonna be making fun of, like, trans people? I don't get it.
thing SJWs hate, it's taking your pronouns for granted. For granted. SJWs
You don't have to repeat the joke, idiot.
want to know which of the 72
Does that count as transphobia? Yes.
different genders you are. Are you a male rock or are you something else? Of course, it's not entirely certain that this was a sex thing. It may simply be that in this picture, Chud was auditioning for the part of Captain Marble. But regardless, even if this is a minor thing to some people, this scandal stalagmite put a stop to Chud's meteoric rise and sent him crashing to Earth. More dirt on Chud as we receive it.
Ooh, boy.
In honor of hashtag Trans Day of Visibility,
Oh, God. This is gonna be... I don't know what it's gonna be, but this is probably gonna be painful.
Lucasfilm issued the following tweet. Star Wars, in honor of hashtag Trans Day of Visibility, we're proud to unveil an exclusive cover highlighting Tarek and Sarit, trans non-binary Jedi currently featured in Marvel's The High Republic comic. We support trans lives and we are passionate and committed to broadening our representation in a galaxy far, far away. Hashtag TDOV. While I find it distasteful to focus on the sexuality of characters in a
Sexuality is not the same thing as gender identity.
property that is supposed to be family friendly and
Family friendly. Someone's gender has nothing to do with sex, you fucking idiot.
appeal to all ages, even those that don't know what sex is yet, I'm glad to see that Lucasfilm is finally honoring those who choose to transition away from having eyebrows. The differently follically abled have been too long ignored in our society, and I'm sure it adds so much to the Star Wars universe having characters who proudly eschew eyebrows and hair, as oh so many people do in real life.
I kind of assume they're from a planet without hair? It's Star Wars?
Now, this is going to make the High Republic a hit, for sure. Boy, I can't wait to read this one. Can you? And that, my friends,
I don't believe for a second that Doomcock can read, so that joke doesn't track.
wraps up this edition of Pop Culture Breakdown, our rundown of the top pop culture stories and rumors of the day.
So his top pop culture rumors and stories were a completely nonsense made-up fan fiction just to make his audience salty, a joke about a boulder wearing underwear, and being transphobic about a Trans Visibility Day post. This was definitely worth the 163,000 views he got on this video. Jesus Christ.
From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.
It's not even about something important. Stay angry. They're making Star Wars and Marvel political. Ah! Life is too long. I'm so exhausted. Moving on. Bits messages. Mike Max says, "Oh yeah, Captain America, a World War II American propaganda being political. What horror." Devious Chilster says, "His name is Captain America. How do people not understand that he is inherently political? Jesus Christo." Mike Max says, "Who's going to tell them that the X-Men is a metaphor for the civil rights movement?" Oh, they probably already know. Von Tuck says, "Isn't this dude a secret Nazi over on BitChute?" Allegedly. I can look at his page and see if he did anything recently. RTK142 says, "People love Sebastian Stan. I don't get it, but they do." Lily Love Stuff says, "Why does this mask look like a half pig, half baboon robot blow-up doll?" Zozo Horror Show says, here's how I think things work. Some LARPing white dude. Towing24 says, next time you have DVD on the show, you should check the Chans to find his sources. Lily Love Stuff says, Doomcock or Mimsy, who's the worst puppeteer? I answered that. Mike Mack says, people complaining about politics and media are just people realizing their side are bad and they hate to face it. I more so think they don't like to understand that there are people out there who have different opinions than them. RTK142, because people on the right like to call themselves like the silent majority. They want to pretend that they're like the majority of people out there, and they're not. It's pretty equal, but there is a slight edge to more left-leaning people and even centrists who are like cool with political commentary in their shows and stuff. RTK says, it's like everyone who complains about diversity in Star Trek. They so don't understand Roddenberry's vision. Zozo Horror Show, thanks for hosting. Mitchell Drummer says, the right is getting better at comedy and the left is getting nervous. Von Tuck says, these weirdos invest so much importance into their entertainment. I've been watching Star Trek since I was 5, and if I don't like something, I just move on with my life and pet my dog or something. These are some sad people. Literally no lives, huh? It's just TV and comics. Jeesh. Devious Chilcher says, ah yes, the family-friendly series where a man genocides some orphans. And then Bardlock Moses says, because when I think Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi, I think family-friendly. Okay, that's the Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff. I pulled up ratings information just to show that the ratings are actually really high, but we didn't get to it. It's fine. Falcon and Winter Soldier, Disney Plus reports that Marvel series premiere is the streamer's most watched ever, and the ratings have held pretty steady according to Nielsen and some other places. I have no idea if this will be any good, but Terrence Popp is at it again, trying to explain to his followers how to do guerrilla warfare. So let's check out this.
All right, everybody, Terrence Popp, and with another episode of Live from the Lair. Now, I got a lot of questions about, what to do when shit hits the fan, and it's kind of difficult to go into specific detail in regards to that particular subject.
I've reported this guy to YouTube multiple times, by the way. Nothing. Despite the fact that he's basically telling people how to wage a land war against the United States from within. Guess that's fine on YouTube.
Because depending upon where it happens in the country and what environment it happens in, there will be differences. When shit hits the fan, there are definitely consistencies that you can use to build your plan against. Over here on this board, there are just some basic general things that everyone needs to keep in the back of their mind when and if they have to execute a plan that, takes place during a time when shit hits the fan. Number one, you have to basically be aware.
Fun fact, Terrence was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Where was he? I don't know, but he said he was going prior to the event.
Of what's going on in your surroundings. Is it pandemonium that is unorganized, like a zombie apocalypse, law?
Is he drunk? He normally is, so.
Has collapsed and people are just going crazy. Okay, that's one. Number two, if the zombies organize and are basically...
He uses zombies as a euphemism for basically people left of him and the army, stuff like that. So he doesn't get removed for telling people how to avoid and fight law enforcement.
Waging war in an organized fashion. And if that happens, is there an opposing force against them, i.e. the United States Army or something along that ilk?
He just, why use a metaphor if you're just gonna say the quiet part out loud?
Buy How Not to Become a Millennial and learn how to succeed in life.
Be like Terrence, drunk in your basement, recording videos about insurrection against the United States while your ex-wife lingers in the back of your mind. What a success.
Or not. End of commercial.
How Not to Become a Millennial is the perfect gift to pour salt in the regret-filled wounds of Biden voters, because unemployment gives them plenty of time to catch up on all the reading they should have done before voting Democrat.
Yikes.
A link is in the description.
Okay, now number 1.
How many books does this make now? That's a good question. He has written multiple books. I know he had some fiction books that we read a little bit of a while back. This one actually isn't written by him. It's written by someone else, but he is promoting this book. But Terrence himself did write a few fiction books. These ones about a psychic detective or something. They're really bad from what I've read so far. Oh god, look at that cover. Oh no. Look at this cover. Showdown, Book 2 of the Jericho Files. And then it's the main character and some sort of hobbit ghost with an axe.
You need to be aware of all exfil routes out of the area in which you occupy. And I've already talked about this, you know, train tracks, power lines, highways, you know, or main roads. There's a lot of main roads that will do the same thing as a highway. It's slower, it's not quite as observed, and it won't attract a lot of attention. You know, that's more of what I'm talking about. All right, number 2 is the high-speed avenues of approach. Okay, highways and train tracks and waterways, depending upon how deep they are high avenues of approach for, you know, large organized forces. Now, you can also leverage the...
This is Terrence Pop's channel, Grunt Speak, by the way. Some people, I think, have messaged me and been like, he removed videos. No, he has 2 channels. He has his main channel that's the Terrence Pop stuff, and then he has this Grunt Speak channel where he posts all the stuff that's clearly TOS breaking on YouTube.
He's against the go, no-go zones in your area. Like if you're down in the, you know, Louisiana, Florida area, there's a whole assload of swamps.
If you play this guy at like 1.5 speed, by the way, he sounds normal. Check this out.
And I'm going to tell you right now, those are huge no-go zones for people who don't operate them in them on a regular basis. Okay, water obstacles.
Maybe a little fast, but like 1.5 speed almost makes him sound like a normal, sober human being.
For instance, there are a lot of water obstacles in Michigan that you can navigate with smaller rafts and boats. And there's a lot of rivers and streams and so forth that can cause a lot of problems for large organized
I'm going to continue to play him this fast so we don't waste a ton of time on this.
forces to operate in, because bringing the machinery and whatever with them is a big pain in the ass. Forests, mountains, etc. All right, if there are thick forests, you can...
I think I still talk faster. Not right, I'm a little slower today. But like typically, I talk faster than he talks at 1.5 speed. I'm a fast talker, or I can be.
You can literally disappear in those and go unseen for months if they're big enough and you know what you're doing. Another thing you need to be aware of is large areas, you know, areas where a large force can stage. Listen, human beings are lazy. They're not really going to clear out large areas to occupy. They're going to occupy an area that's already been cleared out, i.e.
Is that lazy or is that strategic? Fine line, I suppose.
Sports.
Why would you waste manpower and time clearing an area if there's an area that's already clear?
Stadiums or airports make really good staging points for large bases, for large organized forces. All right, you need to know where they are so you...
What large force? The military. He's trying to teach people how to fight the U.S. military. He's a terrorist, you see?
And
YouTube isn't doing anything about it, despite the fact that I've reported him multiple times.
Stay away from them, because bad shit happens during times like that if you get too close to the wrong people and somebody's lazy or somebody doesn't care and you wind up getting whacked. It happens. I saw it happen in Iraq. It was sad, but it does happen, and it is a fact of life. Now, another thing is large supply areas, mainly water. large organized forces go through water at unbelievable rates. All right, they're going to have to be near large bodies of water, and they're going to draw off these large bodies of water and filter the water and so forth for the troops that will be operating. I mean, on average, a human being operating in just a semi-arid environment is going to go through roughly 3 gallons of water a day. That's drinking it for the most part, and if for bathing and so forth, it goes up to like 5 to 7 gallons a day, depending upon the environment. So if there's 100,000 people operating in a large organized force, that's a lot of water. That's like 300 gallons of water a day. They will need to operate near a large source of water, because moving that much in on truck, rail, or air is very difficult. Now, you need to be aware if there is a large force operating in the area and what they are doing. You want to avoid being enveloped in any kind of cordon and search environment, because when that happens, everyone inside that zone is basically considered an enemy until they kick your door down and go through and ransack all your shit. All right, now, this is America. People are going to frown upon that heavily. And all it takes is a couple of bad words or somebody not caring, and your whole family can get whacked, you can get severely injured, or you can get bagged up and taken to a whip me, spank me camp, and you can literally die there, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, and nobody will give a shit.
Did he just call a concentration camp a whip me, spank me camp? Jesus Christ.
So it is in your best interest if you even get...
This guy is completely delusional. I think he has, oh god, what is it when you drink too much and you start having delusions? Are they just called alcoholic delusions? That's a thing that can happen. And I'm kind of curious if he's reached that point, or if he's just genuinely baseline this crazy.
Get a whiff that envelopment is taking place is get the fuck out of the area. Get out of the area. You do not...
Nah, it's more than just being drunk. It's being drunk so constantly and so often that it actually, like, messes up your brain. It can be temporary. Is it alcoholic psychosis? Hold on, let me look it up. I know it's a thing, because I've looked it up before. Alcohol-induced psychosis. Yeah, it's a thing. I'm wondering if he's got this going on, or if he's just a typical QAnoner, or if it's a little bit of both.
Not want to be inside their area of influence, especially if there is dynamic operations going on, period, end of story. Okay, now, people are like, well, I don't have any fear. You know, it's the regular army. You know, they're just coming in to basically restore peace. Listen, they are not your friend. By the time big army starts moving, they are looking at everyone before them as an enemy and potential target. Period. Listen, I did 33 years in the army. I know what I'm talking about. What the big army, the wheels of the big army will grind you into dust if you are dumb enough to get caught up in the waxworks. You do not look at them as your friend, because they're not. And it doesn't really matter who the big force is. They're not your friend. In that area where the big force is moving around and doing dynamic operations, whatever force it is not your friend. You do not want to be there. You want to get the hell out of Dodge with your family and your friends or what have you. You don't want to be there. You want to survive, and that means you get the hell out of the way. All right, now the second board, we're going to be talking about FMs, which are field manuals that the big army uses to train against. I went through them, and I picked out some of the bigger ones that you yourself can read to take a lot of the mystique out of what a big force will and will not do. If you know what a big force is going to do, you can actually take steps to get the fuck out of the way. All right? If you can recognize, hey, okay, there's scouts. Scouts are always before a big force. I see scouts, I'm leaving. I can guarantee you, when you see scouts doing scouting shit, operations are 24 to 72 hours behind them. End of story. Now, you can get these PDF versions of all of these FM manuals on globalsecurity.org. Okay, they are not classified, and anyone who knows how to use a computer can get their hands on them. All right, you can simply do a search for United States Army Training Field Manuals. You get a master list of all the current publications that are up to date, and you can actually PDF them and download them, store them to your computer for future reference or whatever you want to do. All right, now here's a big one, FM 2.0, which is intelligence. This is basically an overview of how the Army is going to collect, process, and distribute their intelligence products. Now, Army intelligence, for the most part, is an oxymoron. I'm not going to tell you that they're always wrong, but they're certainly not always right. When I attended Intel Analyst School, I remember the instructor basically grateful that I showed up because, with all of my credentials, I had real-world experience on the ground, and when I was making assumptions of what commanders should do in specific areas, I knew exactly what I was talking about in regards to terrain and what can and cannot be done. Because let me tell you, there's been many times I got an Intel product that required me to, go to a hill and then go down a cliff, which was 120 feet. There was no specific equipment supplied for that mission because the people who were pushing it down to me didn't seem to realize that when the contour lines get real close, gravity starts to take effect, and if you're not careful, people will die. Now, that's enough on that. Next, you have human collection techniques. You're going to get a bird's eye view.
I'm going to skip past him talking about all these manuals. I don't care, and it might be at the end of the video when he's done, but this is boring.
That had sarin nerve agent in them, blister agent, and a couple of other nasty agents that I can't remember. So they're out there, and all it takes is one asshole to secure a ammo supply point. He can do it. Next we have, all infantry operations, and this is FM 3-21-220, and this is going to cover up, attack, defense in depth, cordon and search, envelopment, flanking, whatever. A lot of the human long-range intelligent assets. And just like after Vietnam, they discovered, holy shit, those guys really are needed, and now they're jumping through hoops trying to reestablish these particular units. Now, typically, you'll have anywhere from 4 to 7 guys. They will have the high-speed commo gear. School for that, it was 12, 13 weeks long. Very boring. I learned how to prepare the battlefield and make assessments and write reports and so forth in regards to what lay before the force that I was assigned to. Because you'll be surprised if you know the enemy footprints of the units before you. You can literally make predictions like, okay, I saw a water buffalo, self-propelled artillery, and not trying to have you guys set and put together any type of organized anything to fight anybody. I am trying to get you.
Oh, he's trying to cover his ass now. I'm not trying to train you to be a fighting force against the U.S. government. I'm just describing exactly how you would do that and what resources you can use to learn more.
To organize.
I'm sure the FBI will buy that, Terrence.
So you can basically see what's going on. You can get the hell out of the area so your loved ones and friends are not caught in the mayhem, and you let things develop how they may. Okay, now down the road, if it's really bad, we might have to reassess the mission sets, but that is not the goal here. The goal here is to get the hell out of the way, don't lose any of your loved ones, get on with your life, and basically live. All right, well, that's all I have for today. Hopefully you found this useful. Again, globalsecurity.org has all of these PDFs. You can find a lot of the subjects in regards to what I talked about here on YouTube, BitChute, and Brighteon. All right, with that being said, you guys take it easy.
Absolutely bonkers. Maybe he's an op providing terrible advice on purpose. I don't think so. That would be funny, but I don't think so. Terrence as a honeypot is a funny idea, though. Alright, bit messages. Gothgeek Gaming, thanks for hosting. Morok Ben Eoth says, just got here, what did I miss? Anything super juicy? Quartering talked about Brie Larson. Bardlock Moses says, I think because YouTube knows it's bad advice. Also, YouTube is trash. I doubt a single person from YouTube actually looked at the reports. It was automated. Mitchell Drummer with 65 bits. Bitter Grin with 20. Wait, is there a way to become a millennial? Because as a Gen X, I'd like to join. I hereby deem you honorary millennial. Tiger Tank 212, thanks for following. T with Goblins with 100 bits says, do you think Terrence and Peter went to the same creative writing workshop? What if they collaborated on a book? It would probably be twice as awful. T with Goblins with 100, Von Tux with 50, Terrence Pop, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, all failed comedians. Writers? Coincidence? Bardlock Moses with 50 bits. When I was in Iraq, we were staged in an airport in Balad. Yeah. Morok Ben Eoth says, as I say nearly every time I see you cover this man, yikes, my dude. I know. Orchid Man? Thanks for following. Felix Night Owl says, Hannah, pay close attention to these words. You have got to come up with a grift. With your charisma, you could be rich, not just rich. I'll only ask for 1% of your profits for giving you this idea. I've thought about it. Nah, I'd feel too bad. I'd feel bad about it. I couldn't be a Tim Pool or the quartering. Von Tuck says, the military wastes all that effort for years keeping out LGBTQ plus people, but they let lunatics like Terrence pop in. Hopefully historians will learn from the example someday. They won't. Bold of you to assume historians will continue to exist into the future, or human beings in general. Morok Ben Eoth says, I'm someone with a major personality disorder that makes it so that when I'm off my meds, I could easily end up like Terrence, so I kind of feel bad for him, but only kinda. Mr. Sir Knight Kingyo says, it doesn't take a lot of intelligence to be an intel analyst. This dude, however, doesn't know what he's talking about aside from studying these things out of NATO wiki pages. No one should trust what he has to say. He's stupid. Mike Mack says, why do I have the feeling that people like him play a lot of shooting games and paintball and see a lot of military and zombie movies and they all think they can copy it? And then MMO Addicted says, what did I miss? So, does this count as a sausage video? Let me see. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna add some ketchup.
There's already ketchup and mustard on those things. What are you doing?
Watch this.
Okay, I want to see.
Okay. That'll make the flavor better. And a little more water. I'm gonna just scoop up a bunch of the paste here, the spread that we're making, like that. Mm-hmm. And you're just gonna pull it through. Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna push it down. Yep. And then watch the shape to be like this.
Whoa!
Like that looks so good.
No, it does not look good. What are you doing? That better be a troll. That's disgusting. MMO Addicted says, I mean, I had the opportunity to work for the Vatican Bank and denied it. You would have probably made pretty good money. Could you pay $1,000 to eat a pound of raw vegetables? Can I pick the vegetables? Probably then. I don't have a pound of vegetables on me, though, right now. Should we try some right-wing cope? Mitchell Drummer says my reaction to that video.
I miss 10 seconds ago when I had not seen that.
I can't pick the vegetables? Well, what vegetables then? A pound of what vegetables? Durian? No, I wouldn't eat. Honestly, someone could pay me $5,000 and I don't think I'd eat a durian again. That's how bad that experience was the last time I had durian. Like, it is disgusting. You would not believe how disgusting durian is. It's awful. MMO Addicted says, I mean, I could do casual Fridays, but Altar Boy Autumn Orgies is not something I'd touch with a long pole. I hope not. Any Flat Earther videos of the Mars drone? I'm sure we'll see some tomorrow on Tinfoil Tuesday. Okay, let's do a little right-wing cope and then maybe some Chudopedia, Conservapedia reading. And then we'll probably call it a day after we're done with all that. Let me see. Minecraft is a video game based on information provided by the FBI. The government understands that it is common for persons discussing criminal activity online to refer to such activity as occurring in Minecraft to conceal the true nature of the activity. Who would do that? Who would do that? Oh, God. That was the loudest thing in existence. Sorry. Jesus Christ. This is Donald Trump Jr. Joe Biden will never be as great as POTUS 45. Sure, Donnie. Whatever you say. Stop politicizing. Hashtag Texas shooting. 27 people have lost their lives. This is not about politics or skin color. This is about evil versus good. And here's an earlier tweet from the same gentleman. New York terrorist turns out to be a 29-year-old migrant from Uzbekistan who worked as an Uber driver. Time for extreme vetting. The right have no actual principles, okay? They are always arguing in bad faith. Never, ever believe the things they say because they don't believe them.
BLM, how you doing? Let me tell you a little something. Chauvin case. Innocent, guilty. Man, I really don't give a flying fuck. But, there's two different things.
Look at this fucking LARPer. Look at this. This is pathetic. Why do these people think this is a personality?
From last summer to this summer. Last summer there was an election. This summer there is not. Riot, steal, shoot, rob, kill. You do your thing. Because we're coming this time.
Is he saying we didn't go out and murder a bunch of people because there was an election to be concerned about? Now that there isn't, we're gonna come and murder people in Minecraft.
Arm up. Stay safe.
What a fucking loser. Let me point my guns at the camera. I'm so cool. Woo! Dipshit. This person has a CD wrapped around their face as some sort of non-mask, and it says, Democrats, lies matter. I feel like they probably should have taken a take two on the placement of the letters for Democrats. It's not exactly even. And she probably has more CDs. Who uses CDs anymore? It's 2021. Get a Spotify account, for Christ's sake. This person's Wi-Fi network is Donald Trump is your president. One of these other people should change their Wi-Fi to, but Joe Biden is the president. Yeah. By the way, my pronouns are Apache Helicopter / AR-15. It's the one joke. They did it. They told the joke. They told the one joke they have. Florida Republicans vote to legally examine children's genitalia if they question gender. Florida Republicans. Matt Gaetz joke. Ha 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 ha. Also, a lot of kids are going to get molested because of that bill, so thanks, everyone. You're nailing it. Florida. Oh god, it's a fucking made-up video.
No, I'm not. It's not a racist flag. Yeah, it is. It actually represents... Why don't you actually YouTube what the flag actually represents? Oh my god, when I don't know what it actually looks like. Do your research before you actually come to me and sound like a fucking retard. And... Oh, I'm the fucking retard?
Oh, no, it is a U.S. Confederate hybrid flag. Gotcha. And then this adult man called the kid the R-word. Gotcha. I thought it was just an American flag, and he was trying to make a point like, kids think the American flag is racist, which, but it's a Confederate flag, so I could believe this maybe happened. It's a TikTok, though, so could be fake. A lot of TikToks are fake.
Coming to me telling me to remove a flag. Yes. It's a freedom that fly that flag. It's a flag, and it's not racist. Do your research. Maybe you should. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Wow. What a piece of shit. James O'Keefe got banned from Twitter, which is pretty good. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene doing something.
Kicked me off of my committee.
Oh yeah, she's filed to try and get Maxine Waters removed from Congress. Remember when she filed articles of impeachment on Biden's first day? Because all she knows how to do is be a drama queen.
These Democrats kicked me off of my committees, and then also these Democrats introduced a resolution to expel me, and I have done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and they took you off your committees because you're a big piece of shit, conspiracy theorist.
Nothing wrong. Well, you know what? Maxine Waters has. And she's been doing it for too long, going all the way back to 1992, out there inciting violence, inciting riots, inciting people to cause damage, hurt other innocent people, and cause chaos and break laws and just destroy our country. Maxine Waters is guilty of that, so she should be expelled. And so should Nancy Pelosi for backing her up. That is ridiculous. And then we're going to impeach Biden, and we need to fire Fauci.
That was a lot of buzzwords. I almost feel like that would be Q bingo or something like that. Oh no. Here's Milo Yiannopoulos talking about him being, quote, ex-gay now. He's pretending that he has cured himself of the gay.
Many people would be very offended by our saying that we don't believe God creates anyone gay. So what do you say when somebody says, but I've always known that I was 3 years old and 4 years old? What do you say to those folks?
Please, give me a break. I mean...
This is... No, I'm not gonna...
First of all, I think that more gay people... We'll just use the shorthand for the sake of, more gay men feel like there's something wrong buried in there than they will ever care to admit. And culture is powerful. Culture is very powerful. And if you tell people not only that this is who you are and what you are, but it's an important part of your identity, and if you send them messages, as culture does in America today, that there might even be something morally good about it. I mean, we do seem to celebrate homosexuals as though there's something like intrinsically preferable about being gay.
Not really. People just have changed the narrative from, oh, being gay is wrong or disgusting or stuff like that, to recognizing that the LGBT community has faced intense discrimination for the vast majority of United States history and a lot of world history in many places, and recognizing that in many ways coming out is a relatively brave action to take because it can alienate you from a lot of people and make you the target of abuse. So people being themselves is celebrated often, which is a good thing.
Which is one of the most sick things that culture does in America. One of the absolute worst things.
One of the worst things in American culture is the acceptance of LGBT people, of which Milo was one. Sorry, I'm getting a thing about a shipment. Did I order something? What is this? It's probably a spam thing. Of which Milo was a part of the group up until a couple months ago when he decided he wasn't making enough money and getting enough attention. Being the token gay Trump supporter.
That it does is suggest to people that these lifestyles that are guaranteed to drive, to suck you into misery, into drug taking, prostitution, into all these other dark aspects of gay life. And any gay person who tells you they have never been touched by pederasty, prostitution, drugs, promiscuity, they are lying to you.
That's a pretty broad list, I would imagine, in some way or another, unfortunately. When you include sexual assault of children, a lot of people in the United States would probably fall into that category, both straight and gay. Like, there is a problem with pedophilia in the United States. It's not a conspiracy like the Q people think, but like, yeah, a lot of children get assaulted. It's awful. It has nothing to do with them being gay or bi or trans or whatever.
No gay person on the planet who has had any kind of sex life whatsoever has not been touched by these things, because one form of darkness attracts the others.
Jesus Christ. Mike Lindell was just duped into thinking Trump was calling into the program.
Sir, breaking news here with a guest.
Hello?
Hello, yes, I have Mr. Trump on standby. Are you ready?
Yes.
I think Mike Lindell's probably so excited. I doubt Trump has reached out to him or talked to him since he left the presidency. He's probably like, finally, Daddy Trump is paying attention to me.
Go ahead, sir. Hello, everyone.
We have the president here, our real president, everyone.
He's so excited.
Hello, Mr. President.
MacronShow.com, bitches.
Okay.
All right.
I
Sorry,
guess that
folks.
wasn't. I guess that was. You see what they're doing? They're attacking us. They're attacking us, and this is what. I mean, that even came up. They're hacking into our phones. It came up that it was a legitimate number.
Call.
A legitimate. I know the number's coming from.
I definitely know Donald Trump's phone number, and that was definitely it. I definitely don't not know Donald Trump's phone number. We're clearly close friends. Tapping into the calls. Just admit you didn't recognize the number because you don't have Donald Trump's personal phone number. It's fine. What a loser.
God suffereth. You're in charge. I'm telling you. What God's looking for are people under this tent, people online, that he wants to put in charge of some stuff. There's no reason the church of the living God and the kingdom of Jesus Christ should not rule this nation.
The First Amendment would probably beg to differ.
The Bible says that the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and those that truly follow Jesus Christ take it by force. You're in charge.
Lovely.
I prayed about it, and I'll tell you, what God said to me was kind of shocking. Not really, but, you know, when I prayed about if we'd ever see President Trump as our president again, God just reminded me that he's the one that chooses the leadership, not us. He allows certain things to happen, but he also responds to the prayers of the righteous. And what he was telling me is that just like David, and I think I said this in a past live stream, but just like David, President Trump has the mantle of leadership, has the anointing of leadership. So,
yet Biden is the president. Weird how that works, huh? Guess God doesn't have federal power, just sort of esoteric spirit powers. You know what? Fine. Donald Trump can be the spirit president. Joe Biden just gets to be the real one.
That's why it's kind of confusing to saints that are looking and, you know, they're wondering what's going on because they see Joe Biden and they're like, this guy doesn't seem like he's, you know, authentic, like he's real. Is he really the president? Is he really?
Yes.
And I said, God, why are so many people questioning if Joe Biden is the president? I mean, clearly this guy is president of the United States. I mean, are we to doubt that? Are we not to believe that? And God said it's about the mantle of anointing, which is on President Trump.
How does that work practically? Last time I checked, that's not in the Constitution, so.
Yesterday, it equated curse. Mike came out yesterday, it equated curse words to pornography. Dude, you lost me, bro.
Yeah, Mike Lindell's new social media site, Frank Speech, for those who don't know, Mike Lindell being the My Pillow guy that we watched a little earlier. His new social media platform, which Peter, of Peter's Political Perspective, is going to be on. I'm sure we'll check it out as long as that platform exists. I give it 6 months, but who knows? They've banned swear words and taking the Lord's name in vain and pornography. So all of those things will get you banned from their ultimate free speech platform.
I don't know what your agenda was. I don't know what you were trying to attract. But the second you said you called it a free speech platform, and then you said that you're not going to allow curse words because you equated them to pornography, you fucking lost me. Enjoy your dorky ass social media platform, bro. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Fucking nerds will hang out there talking, we're not going to curse. We're going to be kind to one another and share the news. No, that sounds fucking gay. No one's going to use it. Enjoy.
Jesus Christ.
I hate to be the one to tell you guys. I don't give a shit. I spread this shit around equally. When I read that, I was like, oh, okay, so you're going to alienate me because I'm not the fucking prototypical conservative. So I'm a little rough around the edges, and I use fucking language that's colorful, and so I don't belong inside of your little club now. Yeah, surely that's how to fucking win over the middle, bud. Right? Surely that's how you win over the middle. Someone just said, I don't need to curse. Yeah, bitch, but I like to curse. What now? I know I can make a point without fucking cursing. I'm fully aware of it. But you can also suck my dick and lick my balls.
Will Smith don't gotta curse in his songs to sell records, but I do, so fuck him and fuck you too. Had that vibe.
President.
Cop accidentally discharged her weapon. You know, to me,
all these right-wingers who've used the, oh gosh, which shooting was this? How sad is it that I have to say that? The Dante Wright shooting was shot by a female police officer. Right-wingers are using this as an excuse to say women shouldn't be allowed to be police officers, which is funny because they haven't said anything to that effect any of the times that, like, white dudes have shot people, but...
me, it indicates that instead of blaming all white people in society for the actions of this cop, we should look very seriously at female police officers, about their conduct, about their ability to do.
What about the fact that the majority of police shootings are done by male officers? Are we going to talk about that, or
do the job? Because we see a lot of female police officers anywhere you go now. There are a lot of these Karen cops wearing the masks, going around badgering people for not wearing masks, getting their Karen energy out through being police officers, and we should have a real conversation about whether or not females are able to do the job of being a police officer.
Yeah, the conversation has to exist on whether or not anybody should be a police officer. I mean, I think that we should go back to the times of if you're qualified, there should be a certain warrior element to your psyche.
No, that's the problem, you idiots.
You should be an alpha type personality and so
oh no!
Somebody who's not scared of blood, gore, violence, or confrontation.
This female...
The problem, you see, is that cops aren't violent enough. Okay.
Married to a white man, by the way.
Yeah.
All of these people are shaming us for our racist, inherent racism and everything. Yet they're the ones living in the all-white neighborhoods and marrying the all-white men.
And
what? I live in a very mixed neighborhood of all different races. What are you talking about?
And they are subservient to white people. The people that are saying how we're owed reparations because we've been victims of slavery and oppression for so long. Well, then, Don Lemon, why are you still a yes man that refuses to leave the plantation while you take orders from whitey, rich, entitled white people over at CNN?
Right, exactly. The narcissism, you hit on that. It's at an extreme high. Because we no longer trust faith. We used to trust God or trust faith, but now we trust science. So these fake scientists that are paraded around, like Anthony Fauci, you know.
Isn't he like a virologist? I'm pretty sure he's qualified. Hold on, let me take a look. I know he was appointed by like Reagan or something, which I'm not a fan of, but... Dr. Fauci. American physician scientist and immunologist, director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and the chief medical advisor to the president. Yeah, he's a real doctor.
5'4" Anthony Fauci, he is our...
Why does his height have anything to do with it? What?
Our new god, if you've not...
I don't let a doctor operate on me unless they're 6'2" or taller, okay? I don't want any betas cutting into me. Jesus Christ.
Notice, and people parroting it over and over again. Random people on the street I've polled, and they just say insistently, trust science. I trust science. I trust science. Like it's a cult. It really is a cult. And Fauci is their new cult leader. Fauci is their new god. And the science is their new gospel. It's really maniacal, but it's unbelievable how well they've gotten away with it. In just a year's time, they've eroded any more logical thinking. They've eroded
yes, the very logical position of not trusting doctors during a pandemic.
common sense, thrown it out the window.
The word that you said, cult. Whenever I hear the word cult, for some reason my brain, I automatically picture Waco, Texas. I automatically picture David Koresh. I automatically picture the way that ended with the FBI and the fire and all of these people that worshipped him dying, and realizing in the aftermath that this was just a fake dude, nothing to believe in. We all paid the ultimate price. We lost our loved ones because they fell victim to this lie of David Koresh. The same thing is going to happen with all of you cultist members that believe in Anthony Fauci and all of the criminal lies that support his enrichment and the power and subservience, the control and the installation of communism and totalitarianism in the United States. And that's fact.
Jesus Christ, the right is so embarrassing.
Well, 1917. That's what controls America today. That spirit right there is what is destroying the United States of America, destroying our freedom, destroying our culture. That spirit right there. That's what's making war against Russia. They overthrew it. They got free. They got out from under its bondage. And so who's under its bondage now? The American people.
Right.
We're under the bondage of that same satanic spirit. Who attacks us? Who's always attacking us?
Zionists.
The Zionists.
Ooh.
There's nobody else attacking me. Zionists. That's not every Jewish person. It's the Zionists. It's
fucking yikes.
That are as low as South Sudan's, because the parents that
Donald Trump, with 100% accuracy, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, lest I get shadow banned or my page is completely taken away, has won single-handedly the presidency of the United States of America in the biggest landslide victory in the history of this nation.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not worried. I'm not fretting. I don't have basketball-sized ulcers. I'm not going to lose 1 second sleep over any of it. Joe Biden didn't win. He's not the president. He will never be the president. And come January the 20th, I'm telling you, I'll be wing, bing, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm telling
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, that's enough right-wing cope for the day. Let me get to some bit messages. TS Goblin, thanks for following. Bardlock Moses with 50 bits says, the only Confederate flag I remember is that white one. Mike Mack says, call a kid the R-word is basically signing your death sentence. Blaster Pimp, thanks for following. Bardlock Moses says, remember when they killed that cop? Lily Love Stuff says, you want a Vindo... You want a vid, how does anyone not see this as a grift because he needs to make more money? Dank Herm says, this looks like an impression of a super straight person is done by a gay dude. Morak Ben Eoth says, that made my day. Mr. Pillow is so hopeless. Andrew Batella says, can we just refer to it as Franken speech? It's not that far from what it's become. Dank Herm with a link. Lily Love Stuff says, more Omegaverse MAGA? Nice. We're not talking about Omegaverse. We're not gonna talk about that. Antipodian Squid says, they live in an all-white neighborhoods. Bitch, I don't even live in a majority white house. Pyromancer, praise the almighty Biology 101. Lily Love Stuff says, his height matters because it shows that he is an Omega. Only alphas can be trusted. Mike Max says, pot calling the kettle black. Andrew Batella says, it seems like there are two reactions to being in a cult. I need my brainwash, duh, and no you, Raspberry. The Raspberry being the thing. Felix Night Owl, science is their new gospel as she sits in a live Zoom call. Dan Kerm, thanks for 25 bit, says, can you really be a pastor if you're addicted to copium? And Eliob9, thank you for following. What's the deal with Omegas? It's an Omegaverse thing. Wait, does Daddy Sume not know about the Omegaverse? No one introduced Daddy Sume to the Omegaverse. I don't think we'll see Daddy Sume for like 3 months if he gets introduced to that. Okay, who am I gonna raid? Liv's watching the My Pillow live stream. Yes, please. No Conservapedia stuff today, no. We'll do some next time. Alright, have a wonderful evening, everyone. I will see you tomorrow for Tinfoil Tuesday. It'll be a good one. I'll see you guys later. Chat's valid. Have a wonderful evening. Later.